against anyone, including the other team's top lines, and that gave our top lines a bit of a break. That played a really, really big role in us winning the cup that year. Shawn also had much more skill than people give him credit for. Think about Shawn's penalty shot goal against Andrei Pavelec of the Winnipeg Jets. Shawn had never had a penalty shot at any level at any time. I'd seen that move from him many, many times in practice, and I knew he had the hands to do something like that. Of course, the surprise was that he actually earned a penalty shot. He'd just come out of the penalty box, and there was no other way he was going to get a breakaway. But he also realized that this was his once-in-a-lifetime chance to get a penalty shot in the NHL. The fact that he pulled it off is even more proof that he isn't afraid of anything. I remember he skated toward me in the goal and kind of gave me a little bit of a wink like, should I do it? I kind of knew what he meant, and I said to him, hell yes, you should do it. Then he went down and dangled the goalie out of the net and scored the goal. I was so pumped for him, and I remember everyone else on the bench was so excited for him too. If you wonder why everyone was so excited, you only have to think about when Shawn took on Matt Cook after his hit against Mark Savard in 2010. Now, the game is certainly different today, but back then, if you did dirty work on the ice, you had to answer for it. Thorny just never saw it any other way. That was his role over the years, and I knew he couldn't wait to take care of it. For Shawn, it was simple. You're my brothers, and I look out for you. And he sure did, like so many other times during his career. Shawn and I actually became boat owners together. Our equipment manager, Keith Robinson, had this boat, and he was looking to sell it. Shawn and I would hang out in the equipment room, and he knew Keto wanted to sell his boat. I lived on a pier in Charlestown, and Shawn also lived in Charlestown, so I said, Forty, wouldn't it be great to own a boat and have it on the dock outside of my place whenever we want to go out? Shawn was willing, and Keto, being a nice guy, gave us a great price. The next thing I knew, we owned a boat. I'd never owned a boat before, and I'm pretty sure Shawn hadn't either. So now we had this boat sitting on the dock, and neither of us had a clue how to use it. Of course, I go to Finland for the summer, so I could almost never use it. When we got it, I had to show Shawn how to operate that boat, and I could barely turn the boat on. I went home, and Shawn decided he was going to take the boat out to Hull with Aaron and another couple. The next thing you know, Shawn bottoms the boat out, takes both engines off. I got a phone call in Finland in mid-July, and Thorny says, I got a bit of bad news for you. I bottomed the boat out. Oh, great. Look, I only took the boat out 2 or 3 times, but I never damaged the boat. But every time he took the boat out, he damaged the boat. At least it was insured, and we got new engines out of it. It was docked outside of my place, and I sat on it many nights having a cocktail, and that was fine by me. What's the old saying? The 2 best days are the day you buy a boat and the day you sell it. In all my years with Shawn, I always thought he was going to continue giving back to the game. I know some people don't know this, but he's a very smart guy. He thinks about the game of hockey on a daily basis, including the business side. When he was playing, he would think of the game even from a management side, not just the player's side. He has so much to give. A lot of people who transition from the playing side to coaching look at the game from a certain perspective. But Thorny was always looking at the game from every perspective. He could always think both as a hockey player and as a businessman. You could see from very early on how involved Shawn was in the community. He always made an impact from hospital visits to charitable endeavors. That's just how he's built. He wants to meet people and get to know people. He's one of those characters who are unfortunately dying out in the game today. In these days of social media, guys use that as their way of connecting with people. But Shawn always made a point of getting out there, meeting and connecting with people. Everyone he met felt comfortable around him, and if anyone ever needed anything, Shawn always made sure he was there to help. I think that's why hockey fans in Boston always took to Shawn. He was real. Shawn is who you think he is. He is real, and he's my friend. Tuukka Rask is a Vezina Trophy-winning and Stanley Cup-winning goaltender who played for the Bruins until his retirement in 2022. He won a bronze medal with Team Finland at the 2014 Sochi Winter Olympics. Prologue. Boston Bruins fans were pissed, and I couldn't even blame them. Hell, we were pissed. We were pissed at what had happened to our friend and teammate Mark Savard, and we were pissed at our total lack of response. Savvy was one of the most talented guys I've ever played with, a player with remarkable skill. A free agent signing, who along with Zdeno Chara, helped turn around the fortunes of the Boston Bruins. He was a point-a-game